Hello good people of YouTube and welcome to my hobby channel, and in this video I just wanted to take a quick look at the 3 mumaks that I've built for my Middle-earth strategy battles games or Lord of the Rings. Now these have all been zenithal primed, they're assembled but not glued together, and they are ready to paint. I'm looking at these now because at some point in the coming weeks or months I'm going to build a 4th mumak. But that model will be built for the War of the Rohirrim, and I will be converting him to make the Rabid Mumak that you see in the animated feature film. That means that I won't need the big howdah on the back. Lots of these pieces won't be used, so I can make some flotsam and jetsam for a Pelennor Fields battlefield. And he also won't be a mumak that appears with these 3 here. Now 2 of these models I've already done some conversion work on, but what I did do was build the model in the middle here straight out of the box. So this is my vanilla mumak, and I will be painting that up pretty much in line with the box art, or at least the photo that's featured on the front there. But as you can see from this model here, there is some green stuff and milliput on the base because I've already removed one of the horse casualties that you get on the bases. And this mumak has a head that's in a different position. That's a repositioning that I've done through a conversion using wire, tinfoil and milliput and green stuff. I've also done the same thing to this mumak here, although the head pose is a little more dramatic. And I've tweaked the trunk a little, which you can see here. It's more obvious than I hoped it would be, but some of these mumaks will have rope and things like that wrapped around parts of the trunk anyway, so I'll be disguising that and some of the mold lines that you can still see. Now, as I said, I've assembled these models in sections. I don't really want to take them apart in front of the camera, but you can see they all wobble, and that is because I've drilled holes in the bottom of the feet and I've just got them standing on pins at the moment, so I can paint the base separate from the body of the mumak, and when the base and the body are complete I can then glue them together. The side structures and this across the top are glued to the mumak, but this whole structure up here, basically the howdah, that is in sections. So the bottom piece is a section on its own. The middle piece, including the struts that it's standing on, is another section. And then you've got the command piece at the top there and the 4 struts that are another section. So that will lift off, the middle bit lifts off, and that leaves me with the base of the howdah. So that's 5 parts that make painting easier. Now I have showcased these mumaks on a Middle-earth Strategy Battles Facebook group, and someone asked me where did I get the STL files from. But these aren't 3D printed models, these are conversions that I've done. And this is why I wanted to talk about these models very briefly before I do the conversion of that unopened mumak in the background there, because that will be my Rabid Mumak from the War of the Rohirrim. Just a couple of other things that I wanted to showcase. Obviously we've got the commander at the top there. I don't know if he's the Mahud or whether the Mahud is a separate miniature that stands at the front here. I know you can get a metal one, but I just wanted to show you this plastic conversion here. Really simple conversion. All I did was chop the head off and change the angle so it's looking in the direction of the spear rather than away from the spear. So that is the same model, just with a simple repositioning of the head. And some of you may already have noticed that these warriors of Harad are not on 25mm bases. The bases they were on covered so much of the howdah detail that I just found it a little bit confusing to the eye. And that's why I took the decision of popping these onto 20mm bases. I'm not particularly worried about the fact that I've got these Haradrim on 20mm bases, because If they need to disembark and make their way across the gaming table, I've got plenty of other models on 25mm bases that I can replace them with. So I didn't want to let that stop me from making an alteration to the bases on these guys, which I think will improve the aesthetic once the model is painted. I hope you've enjoyed this short video. I wanted to quickly show you these three mumak before I get stuck into my conversion project. As always, thanks ever so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.